Oh my goodness. It's April 12th and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we just had, in the Pacific Northwest, we'll get these rain squalls that come through, especially in April. And April showers do bring May flowers, but it can drop 5 degrees or more, just boom, when these rainstorms come through. And then it gets really bright, and then it gets rainy and bright and rainy. And so anyhow, so we just had one that had gone through, and I've been trying to get out here all day. This morning was beautiful. At 7 o'clock in the morning, the sun was out, and I thought, oh my goodness, we're going to have a good day today. And it ended up turning out to be in one storm after another storm. We're getting a maybe 5 minutes of sun, really intense bright sun after the rain, and then it starts clouding over, and then we get really dark, and then it just goes into full-blown sideways rain. And I think we had hail just a few minutes ago, and now the sun's out real quick, so I thought I'd get out here in my potting shed, because yesterday I potted up my verbascums, and they're still in these little, see if they see this, little pots. And so what I did was I went ahead and potted them up into 6 cells, and then those need to go out into my greenhouse, and hopefully we'll have enough sun to keep them going. So I still have a few more that I need to get done here. And then I also need to, I'm going to go ahead and get some rainbow Swiss chard started, some spinach started, some kale. I think I might start some sunflowers. It says to go ahead and sow them after danger of frost has passed. Our frost date's already passed, but it's been getting so cool. But I think I'm going to go ahead and sow these up in some, I think I have some tall pots somewhere in my back here. And then I'm going to go ahead and sow some more red leaf. This is actually pretty. I love this. It's such a pretty color. Red leaf romaine lettuce, and then some regular romaine lettuce. These will go actually out in one of my beds. And then I'm going to go ahead and I got some really cheap, found some really cheap 50 cents for American Seed Company. So I don't know how good they are, but it was just like, I don't remember where I got them, but I picked them up somewhere. I think I got them at Home Depot. But they're called prize head. So I'm going to go ahead and sow a few of these too. And then, let's see here. What else do I need to sow? Oh, I need to, I potted on my dahlias. Now, it's kind of funny. I don't know what I was thinking. I love big dinner plate, the big ones. And then I like the little pom-pom dahlias. And so they had them on sale for 25% off, so I went out and picked some up about probably a month and a half ago, and I didn't pot them up. I just brought them out here in my potting shed. And then I went and was cruising through one of, I think it was Home Depot or one of the either Home Depot or Lowe's, and they had them 25% off. And I thought, you know, I'm going to get some more dahlias. And so I picked them up, and I love the dark burgundy. I didn't think I had bought them, but they're called Arabian Nights. I think that's all I'm going to have in my yard this year, because I picked up another 4-pack of the tubers, and when I got them back and started potting them up, I realized they were all Arabian Nights. Added 2 different times that I bought them, so my brain thinks one thing or the other. My potatoes are chitting away. Gotten some really good, nice chits on here. I'm going to start scraping some of these chits off. They need to get out and get planted, but we're so cool yet and so wet. I think the only way I'm going to get them planted is if I cover them. But right now, I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to shoot out towards my back. On the beginning of this, you'll see, oh, I'm just so irritated. The pesky feral cats have crawled in somehow through my fencing, and they destroyed the fleece that I put over my carrots, my parsnips, and what else did I plant in there? I planted in some... I think I just planted in some regular onions. But I'm going to turn you around here. In fact, I'm going to take you off. Hold on here. And I'm going to go real slow. They destroyed my fleece. It was nice and put up real nice, and I caught them the other morning, and they had just destroyed the fleece. I am really irritated. they've run back and forth because it was like a fun time for them underneath there. So one of the younger ones ran on the top, and the other one was running through back and forth, and just destroyed it. There's holes in it and everything else, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that now. The rain now has just pelted the seeds down, so oh well. You live and learn. I got to figure out a better way to fence around my raised beds to keep those little pesky kittens out. Actually, they're about a year old. Somebody dumped them, so I wish I could catch them and make friends with them, but they're just wild. But they were having a good time. So back to get all my seed trays. So I'm going to go ahead and do a bunch of starts, get them seeded. And, oh, and I have to I'm going to put you back here, and I have to go ahead and put some, there we go. Anyway, so I will be back. I have to go put wheels on my big cart that you can put a garbage can on. What are those called? Handle carts. I call them a man cart because you don't need to have a man around to lift something heavy. So anyhow, my man cart, I gotta go put new wheels on there. They went flat when I was trying to drag a big bin full of compost back to my potting shed. I blew the tire out yesterday, so they must have been getting older, about 3 years old. So I gotta go do that real quick, and then I'm gonna repot some plants. I might have time to go grab the wheels and get them on the man cart for me, so that I can go, and I have a few bags of perlite that I want to put in a bin and get them here so that I don't have to keep running to where I have all my bags of soil stashed. So I will, sorry, I'm looking out there. I'm getting distracted. There's a big black cloud coming. So I'm going to hurry up and get my wheels on my man cart, and then I'm going to come back in and pot up. So if you're wondering why I'm doing two, it's because the green cart is my husband's, and I did not realize that his tires were shot, and he's been using my cart, which is the red one. And I just found out yesterday when I went to move dirt that both hand carts were messed up with the wheels, and he didn't tell me. So yesterday I went and picked up brand new wheels for him. So fixing both of the carts with the cotta pins, each wheel was $6. And the set of cotta pins were $6, and so what is that? 20? I think I spent 20. Let's see, 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times actually 5 because these are the same price. So it's $30 with tax. I think it came like $32, and I got a free tape measure too. Like I need another one, but yeah. So it's really simple to do. You just have to take the old pin out, take the tires off, put the new tire on, put a new pin in, and you're good to go. Yay! Okay, that's one thing off my list that I have to do. So I got the hand carts done, both of them. Did my husband's too, he'll be surprised. And now we have a rainstorm coming, so I'm going to go out and I'm going to grab a couple of liters of water so I can keep my sprayer, it's dripping on me, sprayer full. And then we're going to go ahead and pot up some of these. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with my Walla Walla onions. Those are the big sweet onions that get about that big. And I've had them, you see the little roots starting. I've had them in dirt, so they need to get planted out, but it's so wet right now. I don't know if I want to plant them out or if I want to go ahead and maybe put them in a tray, in a module tray, and then just let them grow in there, and then just pot the whole module tray, or the whole module, out in the ground in another couple of weeks. I don't know. This weather is just, they're just going to drown out here. The whole backyard, I'm destroying what grass I have, just walking back and forth to the greenhouse to the potting shed right now. It's just turned into a slippery mud mess. So I'm going to go get some more water, and then we'll chat a little more. Now what I'm going to do is, since I have so many zinnias and cosmos, I'm going to use a plug flat and plant them in this. Let's see here. I want a daisy tray. Yep, I'm going to keep them up a little bit higher. You know, it's funny how much potting soil, when you grow your own stuff from seed to potting on, that you actually go through. Especially if you're doing a lot. So, I mean, I would really like to create enough compost to do my own, but that's never going to happen. I just can't produce enough to do what I'm doing. So I just wait till the potting compost goes on sale, and I buy what I can. Well, because we usually have a limit now. We used to didn't have a limit, but this year they put a limit on it. So luckily my sister didn't need any potting compost, because last year she used mine. So this year she just went and bought her limit, and I bought it off of her, which was kind of nice because it gave me what I needed. And we're doing the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and probably right about here. I think I lost I have 2 of these. No, I have 4 of these. I know I heard it, so I don't know where it went. I think it fell down here somewhere. I'll have to find it. God, my shed is getting smaller and smaller with all the stuff. So I let the compost dry out just a little bit, the seed starting mix, so that I could get these guys. Are you a fly bee, or? I'm always watching, because my mason bees are just outside of this potting shed. They're underneath the eaves, and sometimes when they come out, they get through the little hole and they decide to come in and visit me, and so I have to open the window to let them out. But that was a fly. He'll go out when I go open the door. I'm really not impressed with the germination on the pinwheel zinnias. They just didn't seem like they germinated as well as the other set of zinnias. I can't remember the name of them. I already potted them up last week, and I thought I'd let these guys go just a little bit longer, because they just didn't seem like the germination rate was that great on them. always have to laugh when this part of the year comes on with the pricking out, and my greenhouse is like in the middle of being semi-full, and then the rest of it that I hadn't finished from last season, and you start to panic because you're running out of benches, realizing that your tomatoes need to go out in about 3 weeks into the greenhouse and into their setups, and there again is no room to work on your setups, but it'll all work out to the way it works out. So what I'm going to pot on now is I planted a bunch of English daisies. I love these little flowers. I actually plant them in my yard in the grass in the summertime, right about the end of the season, when they're about, well, I don't know, 2 inches across by the end of the season. And I plant them in my grass, and the ones that make it, they come up and I have flowers in my grass for the bees. And so I'm going to pot on a few of them here into the cell tray, and then I'm just going to go out and probably just put clumps of them out in the grass. But they're ready to go, and I'm going to just kind of tease the roots a little bit, get them in smaller sections, and then just kind of pull them out. And I don't know if I'll do 1 or 2 flats this year. I know I sowed a lot of them. I sowed a lot of seeds. I can't remember the name of these. Oh, these are red. Oh, that's why I sowed so many of them. These are all red. So I'll probably go ahead. I have enough plug, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have another 4 of these plug flats with 72 cells in them. So I will probably do 2 flats of these, pot these on, and then I'll come back and I still have a couple flats of veggies to sow, and I still got to get those onions in. So I'll be back. Okay, so I have Swiss chard planted, my 3 different types of lettuces, and some kale, and those are all going to soak for about a half hour, so I'll come out and check them before I shut all the lights out. And let's see what else. I got a mess. I have pots and stuff that I have to go through. I have just been planting and sowing, and it's just a mess. Everything needs a tidy. So that's what I'll probably do tomorrow for a few minutes and get all, it's just a mess. But that's what it looks like. Oh, well, the wind now is, I'm pretty much going to worry about that cover. I'm going to try to go take care of it here real quick again one more time, but the cats ripped it in half, so I don't know if I'll have much of a chance, because as soon as I put it up, they think it's a tunnel, and somehow they're getting in there. So anyhow, I'm going to go and take you into the greenhouse real quick. So let's go in. You can see the disaster, because this has just been a couple of days since the last update. Put the tripod down here. The lettuce is just going bonkers, and I don't know what I'm going to end up doing. I might just end up making a big salad bowl, or I might just start eating it off the tray like that, because it's just so wet outside. I can't even get my soil started. Now, since I think it's been 2 days since I came out here to take a picture, and all the bunching onions have poked their little heads through. So all my bunching onions are coming up. These are all doing great. So I don't even think I have any misfires. I think they're, well, no, I think I see 1 or 2 misfires. So here it is. This is everything I have potted on in the last couple of days. And then the last bit are my Walla Walla onions that I'm just going to try and put them in like this and see if they'll root. And maybe I'll save them. If not, I'm not going to worry about it this year. I have lots of bunching onions that'll be just fine. Okay, now I'm going to get out of here and let's go see those tomatoes. Oh, it's like a tropical heat wave in here. Oh yeah. Tomatoes are doing great. And they still got enough moisture in them. And now they're as tall as my hand now. Yeah, they look nice. And the peppers, those are beautiful this year. And, let's see here. Oh, cramp in my foot. And these, it looks like I'm gonna have to raise. Looks like I'm gonna have to raise the light. The lemon balm. Oh, it smells so good. I'm smelling it. Yep. So the lemon balm is going to get potted on tomorrow. That's my job for tomorrow. So I'm not gonna water it tonight. It's got enough leaves. It's doing good. These are my Amish paste tomatoes, and these are my San Marzanos. These are my chocolate cherries. I'll put them in the regular light. That I went out in the yard and found where I threw all my leftover tomatoes, and I threw them in the in just a pile of dirt. And it was the chocolate cherry bucket. So hopefully these will be chocolate cherries. If not, we will see. It's an experiment to see if I can get anything. These, guess what, people? I have mystery tomatoes because I pricked these out and then forgot to put the marker back in here. So I don't know what those are. So those are my tomatoes. So for me in my shed, have a great day.